All right. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world right now. Very excited to have an opportunity to welcome you to Perspectives with the Dreammakers Network. My name is Byron Dees, founder of the Dreammakers Network, and we have these type of conversations with leaders throughout the community to really gain their perspective on the work that they're doing in the community, the work that they're doing in business, the work they're doing as an elected official. And I'm very excited today to open up this conversation on perspectives with a good brother in my county here in Anne Arundel County, Mr. John Dove Jr., who is a candidate for District 4 for Anne Arundel County Council. And I wanted to take a second and really introduce you to John and learn more about him as a person, and at the same time to begin to understand the nature of what's happening here in Anne Arundel County and the work that is necessary in this election and moving forward, and really just to get his perspective on all things that's going on right now. So, John Dove, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning, good afternoon, depending where you're at. I am doing great today. Another busy day, another good day.
Indeed. And I will say to folks, I've known John for several years. I don't even know how many years now. Several years now. We've attended church together and worked in the community together. And so, shout out to St. Mark AME or UMC. UMC. And so it's just a great. It's always great to be able to have folks who are doing great things in the community, great parents, leaders, that kind of thing, but who also decide to lend their skills, their knowledge, their talents to as an elected official. And so John, that's really what we want to do, is just give us a little background as to who you are, who is John Dove, and where you're from, and just kind of give us a little background on your family.
I'll tell everybody I'm just a normal guy. I'm a son. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a veteran. I'm a citizen of my community. I've been a servant. Been a servant at my church. Been a servant in the military. I've been a servant in my regular career, which is in the medical field. And I'll kind of go to that overall. I'm just somebody that's blessed to be here. God has blessed me along the way, and I've made it this far and done well. And I want to give back to my community. I'm originally a son of two folks that came out of South Carolina. Literally back with them being living in houses with no bathrooms, without houses. Migrating up to Hampton, Virginia, which is where I'm from. I was born in Hampton. Still go back there for family. I want to say I grew up there, but my mom and dad joined the Army after he got laid off from the shipyard. And for those that know Hampton, Virginia, the shipyard is the major employer. He got laid off there, and he decided, hey, it's time to look for other opportunities, join the Army. And I've learned basically my life skills following him around different bases, just that Army brat, moving from Germany to Georgia to Texas, traveling across the country. Grew up in the car traveling. For those my age might remember back in the day going cross country and your dad not stopping anywhere because we still had that tinge of segregation as we're coming out of the 60s and early 70s. Traveling, dad's packing the cooler with everything in it because we were only stopping for gas. That was it. As we made our way across, dad had the uniform hanging in the car to make sure we didn't run into any problems. But I mean, that's how I grew up overall. Went to high school in Alabama. We settled there with my dad's Army base there at Redstone Arsenal. Settled in Alabama. I was fortunate. My mom kept us stable for a while, and I got to finish high school there. So public schools, Alabama, growing up really around everybody. High school, and I'm sure you experienced this. I had everybody from folks in the projects, the folks that were headed off to Harvard. Overall. So I got a real taste of what the world was like, and that's who's kind of made me overall, being able to see everything from the top to the bottom. Get to see people that joined the military, and unfortunately, folks that went on to be incarcerated right after graduation. So you get to see the whole spectrum. And those are the same folks that I call my classmates, I call my friends, and they kind of shape where I'm at from a life perspective there. I'm a Naval Academy alum. I was very blessed to have a colonel in high school that really talked to me about what was out there for life. My folks were not college graduates at that time. And, fortunately, I had a teacher and a bunch of parents that were around the football team that started talking to me about college. And got me interested in the military, mainly military academies. And I applied, went through the whole process, and got into the Naval Academy. And that's really taken me, throughout life, that experience, the struggles with getting through there, but also that's what develops you. Struggles develop who you become as a person overall, and it really has shaped my values, my integrity, who I want to be as a human, and how I want to help my fellow man. So graduated from Naval Academy, decided to go in the Marine Corps, which was a great choice for me. Semper Fi for all my Marines out there. Great experience. Spent 6 years serving. Got to do a couple med deployments. Got the opportunity to go to Africa, help out with embassy evacuations, and then ended up toward the end of my stint with doing some opportunities down in South America, Latin America, working through there. But at some point in time, I just said, hey, I want to serve also in the civilian world. And I decided to get into the world of medical device, where I got to serve patients, got to serve physicians, doctors, got to serve hospitals. And I've been doing that in and out of operating rooms, cath labs, EP labs, where I've been that person leading a team that's been able to go in and really help and serve patients, save lives, make lives better, extend lives. And that's kind of been my career overall. I've been doing that for about going on 27 years right now. 27 years with serving patients, being around the hospital. That's a 24/7 job. So we've been at it. Now it's coming toward the point where I'm like, hey, I want to change that energy, and I want to focus it fully on my community.
There's so much in there, when you start thinking about what type of elected official you would be based on your life experience and based on the perspective that you just shared, and the journey, as a young boy, and all the various experiences of employment and moving around for the purpose of trying to provide a better life for the family, all the way through, serving and serving at the level where, so much of us people who have never served, but also are praying for folks like you every day to protect us and that kind of thing. But before I dive into it and ask you a little bit about your family, and the family that you have, who we love, my family has a great relationship with, wanted you to kind of talk about, as you start going back into thinking about that, your perspective, why that, when you look at the way that the world has kind of presented itself to you, and then you look around in the community that you have right now, what would you say is your perspective when you, and before you kind of look into, why you want to serve, what is your perspective as it relates to kind of addressing some of the issues in the Anne Arundel County?
Well, I talk about being a father. First off, I got four kids. I've been blessed that basically two of my sons have already graduated from college. They're out in the working world. They're doing well. I've got a third son who's actually at Air Force Academy. He's a senior right now, and he's going to be graduating. They've got bright futures. My daughter's a sophomore in high school. She's doing extremely well, and she's already got on my radar that she's going to be going to an HBCU, and I just better get ready for which one overall. But
there we go.
Yeah. All right, Tuskegee. But she's looking at Spelman, so you got to watch out. But I'm putting everybody else in the mix there. But as you look at what's going on, the advantages and the things that my kids are able to do right now, I want to see across the county. I really want to see it across the country, but I'm focused on our county right now. I want to see all the kids in District 4 be able to aspire to either go into college, going to the military if that's what they choose. And that doesn't happen unless we really make things happen from the beginning to the end, from the beginning economically, from the beginning educationally, that we make it so that everybody in our district, in our county, can take advantage of the resources that are there, that they actually get through. It can't just be a certain sliver of our population that I call makes it and gets to college, gets to the good job, and everybody else is left struggling. We've got to capture those folks from pre-K through high school, getting them on to whether they're going to college, from a just flat out African American Black perspective. I want to see more folks going into being teachers. We that used to be the profession that a lot of us, our folks, were in. We need more teachers. We need folks being EMTs. We need EMTs. We need folks in the fire department. We need more police officers that are in there. We need to cover the spectrum with getting folks there, and that starts with really working through our education system and making sure that it works for everybody, and making sure that this economy works for everybody. So that's kind of my viewpoint. I look at it as I've had a blessing to be able to get where I'm at. I've been able to pull my kids along with my wife. I want to see that happen for everybody in the district, not just those with the currently the financial means, but those without those financial means, that everybody can take advantage of that.
I'll tell you, one thing that when you originally shared with me that you were running for office, the one thing that stood out for me as it relates to you, and I can't say this about a lot of people, and I meet a lot of folks who are either currently elected officials or looking to become an elected official. But for you, it was service. Service is that running theme when you look at your life, and your activities. And so as it relates to Anne Arundel County, and you mentioned kind of the highlight on jobs, can you share just from your perspective, the value of pursuing jobs that are service oriented, and why is that something that folks should even really consider as they're preparing to go into the workforce?
As folks look at it from a service perspective, I get joy out of helping people, and I get satisfaction out of helping people. And if you can make a living while you're doing that, that's even yet more. As somebody that serves in the church, I'm always looking for. I guess I'm looking for that satisfaction. It's not just about making that dollar and bringing it home. We need to do that. We all need to make that dollar. We got to pay the rent. We got to pay the mortgage. We got to take care of our families overall. But it feels good when you go to work and you know that you're actually helping, contributing, whether that's to your fellow man or whether that's to society overall. And I look at our teachers that way. I look at I keep going back to EMTs, because those are the guys that are and ladies that are saving people. They're the ones walking in, stabilizing you and getting you to the hospital and getting you safe. I look at our nurses. I look at our doctors. I look at our police officers. Those are service jobs that we need more people going into right now. I know those are places that we're short across the county, and I think really across the nation. We've got to take care of teachers. We got to take care of all of our public safety folks. Those are the service jobs that I really think are truly important. Some people don't consider this, but I consider the military a service job. They're serving our country.
That's right.
Daily. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and frankly, they've been serving pretty hard here for the last since 2001. So those folks are right in the mix, and it's just a great career opportunity overall. But everything goes back to getting folks started from the jump with a really solid education, getting them through the 5th grade with the basis to be able to move forward. If we don't get that done, we're going to be struggling from there. But we got to get that piece done.
Well, and that actually brings me to my last question. Before I have you kind of talk a little bit about your campaign and what you guys are working on. So as if you become county council member, what would be some of the top legislative things that you'd really want to focus on that you think could help turn the page or really add some value to the citizens in Anne Arundel County?
I always focus on the top two things is education and the economy. And as I've said before, they are intertwined. If we don't have the folks coming through the education system to take on the jobs that are here in the county, then we're gonna struggle overall.
Yeah.
Small business, taking care of our small business people. If they're doing well, they're hiring people, our tax base is growing, so we can put those dollars into what we need to do in the school system. As you look and go forward. But as I talk about education, it really is about looking at the blueprint that we passed here in Maryland and making sure that we work with our I work with my fellow council members and then with the community to make sure we fully fund the blueprint, and that not only fully fund it, we make sure that the money gets spent the way it needs to be spent. And again, my target is all the things around that. It's that pre-K through fifth grade, really making sure that's strong. It's taking care of our teachers throughout the whole system. It's the transportation issues that go along in there. We've got not only just the bus issues, but for kids without parents with the means to be able to take advantage of the resources. If you look at after school activities in high school, we need to have transportation so kids that don't have parents that can pick them up, drive them, can participate in those activities and get home. For somebody to be able to either play sports, participate in whatever club that they choose to, or we have a great partnership with Anne Arundel Community College, having those kids take advantage of the programs that are over at Anne Arundel Community College. If you can't get transportation from our two high schools are Meade and Arundel in our system. If we can't get people to get transportation to Arundel High School to take care of those two, Anne Arundel Community College to take advantage of those resources, it's really not equitable.
Yeah.
To have those. We need to take care of that. Transportation throughout the county for those parents that are trying to get a better job. If they can't get transportation to their job, they can't keep moving up the ladder. They can't make that extra money. So we got some transportation issues in there we've got to solve. Those are some of the things I want to target from the beginning. And I know there's several other items with infrastructure that we need to look at, school building. There's things that I want to be involved with from beginning to end that I want to be able to have make a mark on that benefits our entire community.
And I'm glad you kind of highlighted those pieces, because that is, I was looking for that top piece, but then at the end of the day, it really all is intertwined. And so if you can connect the dots between, some of those issues that you've laid out, coupled with your experience and more so, your approach, what would be so unique about your approach into connecting the dots and making sure that, it's not just hot air, but it's really, you have a methodology that you use that's been successful in the past that will help you to, accomplish some of the legislative and more of the county related goals in office.
Yeah, I'll go back to my background. I've been a business leader. I've been in corporate America for 28 years going on. I've led teams. I had to look at budgets and manage multi-million-dollar budgets, and you have to make common sense decisions on what's the greatest benefit and where the need is overall, and prioritize not only the financial monetary resources, but also the manpower resources overall. I do believe I'll bring that to the council along with my ability to work across all lines. We've got a very diverse district in District 4. We've got a diverse county, and you need someone that can step into the poorest neighborhood in our county, as well as the wealthiest neighborhood in our county, and be able to converse. I could do that, and I can work across the entire spectrum. And that way you can kind of go back and forth and figure out, hey, what's the need over here? How do we tackle that, fund it, make it work, and at the same time be able to work across the other aisle and get things done? I'll bring that to the district. I'll bring that to everything I do now, whether that's working at church, whether that's helping out with other things that I take on overall. You have to be able to do both.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you, this is a good opportunity. And I think that for the folks who have had a chance to participate in this live stream here in this conversation, and for those in the future who will hear it later, we want to make sure that you share what it's the campaign doing, how can folks get involved with the campaign, things that you guys are doing, bring us up to speed in your current activities.
Oh, wow. You asked the magic question on that one. I'm going to tell everybody this. Number one, check out our website, www.friendsforjohncdovejr.com. We're also on Facebook. Check us out there overall. But as any campaigns run on dollars. So please come out, take a look. If you like what you see, please donate, help us out there. If you want to volunteer, go to the website, sign up as a volunteer. We'd be glad to have you when we're out canvassing, knocking on doors, talking to our neighbors. We'd love to have you join us. And if you got any recommendations or things you'd like to get us involved in, also hit us up on the website, hit us up on Facebook, and let us know.
And that's Friends 4. Is that the number 4? Or is that the actual word for?
That was the actual FOR. Friends 4, FOR, JohnCDoveJr.com.
Awesome. We just put that out. Make sure folks get a chance to go on, click, get a chance to learn more, connect, find ways to volunteer. Folks who are excited and can write a check or two, definitely that would be very helpful to the campaign, I'm sure. So, John, this is great. I mean, this whole conversation, getting a chance to learn more about you, your background, kind of unpack your thoughts about the county and what the real needs are going forward, and being able to kind of address some of the current legislative matters that are out there and making it really work for Anne Arundel County. Anything lasting things we want to share before we finish up?
Yeah, like I said, all politics is local, and as a county council person, my focus is on the local issues. I want to make sure that life is good for everyone, and I go, it's an economy for all, it's an education for all. I want to make sure that everything locally is what I'm focused on. We make this work for our entire county.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. And thank you for everybody who's participated in this Perspectives with the Dreammakers Network, and having an opportunity to hear from our candidate here in the District 4 for Anne Arundel County. It's John Dove Jr. And for those of you who want to learn more about the Dreammakers Network, feel free to go to our website, www.dreammakersnetwork.org. Learn more how you can participate in efforts like this and other community-related events and activities. So thank you again, John. Thank you. I know you have a lot to do and a lot to jump into. We look forward to having a chance to connect with you again soon.
Thank you, everyone.